Putin rejects direct talks with Zelensky. President Putin said Moscow could negotiate peace with Kiev, but ruled out direct talks with Zelensky because the Ukrainian president's term has expired. If Zelensky wants to negotiate, I will assign people to it, Russian President Vladimir Putin said in a televised interview on January 28, saying the Ukrainian leader is in power illegally because his presidential term expired during martial law. If there is a desire to negotiate and find a way to compromise, let someone else lead the negotiations. Of course, we will fight for what suits us, what is in our interests, the Kremlin chief added. If they want to do it, there is a legal way to do it. Let the Speaker of the Rada, Ukrainian Parliament, handle it in accordance with the constitution. He said, if there is a desire, we can resolve any legal issues. However, so far we have not seen such a desire. Russia has long argued that President Volodymyr Zelensky no longer has legal authority because his term ends in May 2024 and no presidential elections have been held in Ukraine since then. The Ukrainian constitution empowers the Speaker of Parliament to act if the president is unable to perform his duties. However, the Ukrainian authorities insist that Zelensky remains the legitimate president, citing martial law that has been in effect since the conflict broke out in February 2022. They say wartime conditions make it impossible to hold elections. Responding to the Russian leader's statement, President Zelensky said there was a chance of achieving real peace, but that the Kremlin chief was hindering efforts to stop the fighting. Today, Putin once again confirmed that he is afraid of negotiations, afraid of strong leaders, and is doing everything possible to prolong the conflict. Zelensky wrote on social network X, since taking office on January 20th. US President Donald Trump has put pressure on both sides in an effort to end the fighting, threatening to impose tougher sanctions on Russia, while claiming that President Zelensky is ready to negotiate a deal. Ukraine has stressed that it cannot be excluded from any peace talks between Russia and the US, accusing President Putin of wanting to manipulate President Trump. In the interview, President Putin also said that the conflict would end within 2 months or less if the West stopped supporting Ukraine. They will not survive for a month if they run out of money, or in general, ammunition. Everything will end within a month and a half. 2 months, he said. The fighting has shown no signs of abating despite President Trump's pledge to help broker a ceasefire as soon as he takes office. The Russian military said on January 28 that it had taken control of a large village in the Kharkiv region of northeastern Ukraine, marking the latest territorial victory for its forces. The Ukrainian military has been outgunned by Russian forces in both firepower and numbers over the entire 1.000-kilometer front line over the past year. The Ukrainian government has fired a deputy defense minister in charge of weapons procurement after the defense minister accused him of failing to ensure timely supplies of ammunition to troops.